Most traders have no idea if price action is actually going to be breaking out or setting up for a fake out to actually trap them inside of the markets to ultimately reverse back on their positions. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to actually use a fixed range daily volume profile to understand whether price is breaking out or faking out to give you guys insane clarity as to what price action should be doing next. So if you guys have watched any of my other videos before, you would have already known I've talked multiple times about a volume profile and how I like to use a cash session volume profile to make my trading decisions on an intraday perspective. But I also like to look at a daily volume profile to understand the key levels inside of daily consolidation ranges such as this one. So before we actually get onto the charts, I want to break down what the volume profile is a little bit more here for you guys so you guys can understand what you're actually looking at. So on the left hand side, what we're going to have here is the delta. So the delta is actually going to show us the net difference between the buying at the ask and the selling at the bid. The program I'm also using is going to be Deep Charts as well. You guys could literally just look it up on Google. It's just Deep Charts. And what the purple deltas represent here, it is going to be negative deltas, which simply just means that there's more selling at that price or more orders executed on the bid. And then the green deltas is simply going to be the opposite. There's more orders executed on the ask or more buying at those specific levels. And you guys can see here that there's large spikes and negative deltas on the way up here. So these are all different things that you want to actually look at when you're looking at a fixed range volume profile. Now, what we have here is the actual profile distribution itself. You guys can see how the volume profile was you guys can see here how the volume was distributed over this entire range, and we can see where the most volume was traded and where the least amount of volumes were traded on this range with this fixed volume profile. So what we also have here are we have two different colors within inside of these volume profiles. We have yellow and then we have the orange. What the orange is going to stand for and represent, it's going to be essentially high volume nodes, or also it's going to be the value area. Now, what I mean by the value area, it just simply means that this is where the buyers and the sellers are finding a lot of acceptance with price. That both the buyers and the sellers are happy to do business, and they're both basically saying like, yes, these prices are fair. So this is where you typically see like a lot of chop, a lot of consolidation, you see a lot of rotations, and you see a lot of reversals within inside of these prices. And what you see outside of that, where we have the yellow, is we're trading outside of the value area. Typically, you're going to see the volume die off here, and there's a lot of aggression from one side. And this is where you're going to see a lot of just big, sharp moves to any direction, which you can also see here that both the buyers and the sellers weren't accepting prices above this area here. Hence why there was no high volume node generated above this area, because both the buyers and the sellers were not conducting business there. And the same thing down here, you can see the volume significantly dies off down here as well. So inside of the value area, again, think about high volume nodes, think about this area being an area. You want to think about this area as a magnet. So just to recap, inside of the value area, this is where both the buyers and the sellers are happy doing business. You want to think about these areas as a potential magnet and areas for price to pull back into. Outside of it will determine if price action will break out to the downside or if price action is going to pull right back into the value area, so both the buyers and the sellers can conduct business again. What you want to think about is inside of the value area, you're going to see a lot of accumulation, and you're going to see a lot of orders be positioned inside of the value area. And outside of it is where we're going to be looking for continuations in those directions. Now, with inside of this volume profile, you're going to have three major levels. You're going to have the value area low, you're going to have the point of control, and then you're going to have the value area high. And I'm trying to break this down as simple as possible for you guys. The value area high is essentially going to be the high of the edge of value. The value area low is going to be the low of the edge of value. And then the point of control is going to be the one price throughout your entire volume profile, whether you're using a fixed range volume profile or using a session volume profile. That is going to be the one single price where the most volume was traded throughout that entire distribution. Now, why this is important to identify where these levels are is because if we see price action break beneath the value area low with aggression, then we want to see if the sellers will defend that value area low for a continuation lower. If we reclaim back into value, then there's a greater probability that we're going to pull right back into the opposite edge of value. So using that from a daily time frame perspective, especially with the daily time frame being in a range, these are big trending moves that we could follow for days on end for price action to go to the opposite edge of value. And the same thing goes if price action is trading above the value area high. If price action holds above the value area high and the buyers defend price above the value area high, then you can expect a continuation on the long-term trend up. If we fake out the value area high, then most likely we're going to revert back into the opposite edge of value. And you can see that time and time and time again. Now, these are going to be much stronger levels in areas of typical support and resistance of supply and demand zones because it is based off of volume. It is based off of true supply and demand and liquidity inside of the markets. So what you could do is you can, of course, set your typical key level of support and resistance ranges and also look at your value areas off of a fixed range volume profile as well. Now, moving on to the actual chart here, this is going to be that same exact area on the volume profile. How I would determine, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of an older example and the newer example of a fixed range volume profile, and how I like to set it up is essentially from where the range actually began, the range low to the range high. That's where I would mark up my volume profile. So for me on the daily time frame, if I can identify, hey, you know what, price is already starting to actually range here, I'm going to go from the last impulse we saw from the bottom all the way to the top, and I'm going to drag it all the way to relevant price, which I'm just going to end up dragging this all the way down into the ultimately until price action broke out of this actual range here. And then we could see how price action formed that value area high. And then we could see much clearly where we have the point of control, the value area high, and the value area low. Now, if we were to just do some basic analysis on this value area high up here, when price action first got up into this range, you could see how initially at first we had a fake out of the value area high. Price action closed above on this daily candlestick. The next daily candlestick, buyers tried pushing through. You could see all of the positive delta forming up here. Buyers tried pushing through the value area high, and we just couldn't find acceptance of these higher prices. Reclaim, same thing here. Buyers got absorbed, and here is the initial reversal off of that value area high. So really what I'm using the daily profile is to get a better understanding of what price action is doing and if we should see a reversal or a continuation of the trend. It is as simple as that. It is not to look for entries based off of the volume profile on a fixed range on the daily time frame. It's to understand where we're trading and if we should see continuations in the direction that we're seeing or if we should see reversals. So this is going to be the current price action with the S&P 500. I'm currently looking at ES, the E-mini futures contracts, and we can easily identify that right now price is in a range. We can easily identify that we have lows here and we have highs here. Instead of drawing just regular technical key level of support and resistance ranges at the lows or the highs, saying like this is the low and this is the high of the range, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my fixed range volume profile tool or my volume profile tool here, and I'm actually going to select my point A to be the low of the range and my point B to be the high of the range, and I'm going to drag this to current price. So now we could see the volume. Now we can see the actual volume distribution of this entire range. Now again, we have the three major levels. We have the point of control, we also have the value area high and the value area low. The very first thing that I want you guys to look at here is notice how most people would probably draw their supply and demand level from this area right here, from the close all the way to the wick, and just extend it into the future. Notice how price never got up into the actual supply and demand level, the resistance range that we would normally draw from just our technicals alone. But notice how price, every time it pushed up into that value area is where we saw the reversal. Value area, this is where we're seeing the reversal right now. So there's a lot of misinformation because a lot of people would be looking to buy this market up into the area of resistance, when really what we could be doing is looking at the volume profile and the distribution of that volume profile to be able to get more accurate with our analysis. Now, if we actually look at this volume profile and the distribution of what's actually going on here, price action is still trading with inside of value. Price action's rejected value over here, and what we see here is a complete move in the opposite direction all the way back down into this low. What we also see right now is that on this trading day earlier this week, we actually saw price action reject the value area high. So what that tells me is that we still have sellers absorbing the buyers inside of the edge of value. So when we see something like this and we see then selling start coming in and the sellers start getting rewarded for that aggressive selling, bringing this market down, then we can expect a reversal to the opposite edge of value. First and foremost, the very first area, if you see here on a daily profile, hey, we're rejecting the value area high, the very first area is going to be the point of control. Why? Because again, the point of control is going to be the one specific price throughout this entire fixed range volume profile that we're seeing both the buyers and sellers happy to do business. So with that being said, we could see buying come right back in at that point of control. And if we see buying come right back in at that point of control and the buyers defend the point of control, then price can come all the way back up into that value area high. So this is why from a daily standpoint, if we see price reject and we see the sellers defend that value area high, as we see here, the very first area I would look for a move down to is that point of control. And notice on this previous trading day, because remember, this is the daily time frame, price action did reject that point of control, but then sellers came back in and now we've reclaimed beneath that point of control. So for me, moving into tomorrow's trading day, this point of control is going to be a very crucial level for me, because if I could see that the majority of the time throughout the rest of the trading day that the sellers are still holding that point of control, then there's going to be higher probability for price action to move down and go down into the next key level, which ideally what I would set also are technical key levels along the way, but I would be looking for a longer term perspective for price to come back down into this VWAP that I have set here, and then the opposite edge of value, so all the way down here. But again, I'm not a daily time frame trader, but this is just me setting expectations as to what the daily time frame could potentially do based off of the volume profile instead of just looking at technicals alone. So how I would actually combine this with technicals would be like, okay, well, you know what, moving into tomorrow's trading day, if we see price hold this point of control, what I'm going to do now is go down into a 4-hour time frame. And even just looking at the 4-hour time frame on this fixed range volume profile that we set based off of the daily time frame, we can see where the high volume nodes are sitting, and we can also see where the value area low and the value area high is, and how well price action is holding these value areas and what we can expect here. Because we could use a fixed range volume profile in the daily time frame to understand what the important levels are and where the important levels are, but we can go back down into lower time frames such as a 4-hour time frame, an hour time frame, and look for more specific entries around these areas to look for breaks and retests, such as we see here. We see a reclaim of that value area, a pullback retest of that value area low, and then we see a continuation much higher to the opposite edge of value. It's the same thing here. Notice how price tapped that value area high to the tick and then completely reversed, and now we're starting to actually trade lower. So again, we're using these levels as reference points as to what price action could potentially do based off of the higher time frames. Now, again, there's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration when looking for really big moves off the daily time frame, like the macroeconomics, what's going on with potential economic data, and then on top of that, volume as well, and then using our intraday structure to determine if we should see price action continue to go lower, or we can start to see price action come back up. Because in a situation like this, how I would position myself is if I see on the daily time frame, hey, you know what, we've rejected this previous value area high, we've now are starting to switch structure. Not only have we reclaimed beneath the POC, but we formed this low, lower high, and now we're going down and making a low. If price action takes out this previous high, then that's going to be a lower high break. We could potentially come right back up into that point of control, and then maybe we can come up into this next level of demand. And I'm going to be very cautious for trapped buying, and I'm going to be using my other order flow tools, again, like the delta profile, like the cumulative volume delta, to determine if the buyers are getting trapped here, to look for potential reversals, or if we see price break above the value area high, to look for a break and retest. And if price holds on the retest and we see buyers are holding the value area on the retest, I would look for a continuation up and a continuation on the trend. Versus if we see price reclaim beneath that value area, pull back up, retest, and the value area is being held by the sellers, I'm just going to look for another move down. It's as simple as that. I'm using these areas as reference points. I'm not using these areas necessarily to determine whether I should get in right then and there. I'm not, changing anything up. I'm not doing anything drastic with my trading strategy. What I am doing is, again, using these areas as points of reference for me to understand whether we should be looking to go long, whether we should be looking to go short, based off of volume, based off of what the buyers and the sellers are doing, not based off of a technical level that I placed on the charts, but I'm using volume for my favor and using it to my advantage. Like I said before, I'm using this as a reference point. So I know if this high gets taken out, then most likely we're going to come right back up into this value area high. Why? Because we've reclaimed above the point of control, and we've also broken this level of structure. Now it's like, could you just use technicals alone? It's like, yes, but the accuracy just simply is not going to be there. You're missing out on what the bigger picture is. We can see that there's a lot of buying that's getting unrewarded at these highs here. And there's just so many different ways you could use a volume profile, but especially in a range like this, using a volume profile is so powerful because you get a more accurate depiction of what's actually going on, especially if we're seeing price action trade outside of value and then reclaim into value. I mean, the one thing you have to think about this value area is that it is a huge magnet. Why? Because both the buyers and the sellers are positioning themselves and are happy to do business inside of this range. Anything outside of that, unless we start to see the POC shift up. So if we break this value area high and we start to see price action make new highs, and we break through this high and we start to see the volume profile really start to build, essentially seeing more volume start being traded up here, and then we start seeing a shift up in the POC, that confirms that we're starting to find acceptance of these higher prices, and we definitely can continue up as long as we don't, of course, invalidate any of the previous structure points, reclaim back into previous balance. And what I mean by balance, I mean consolidation. But at this point right now, the way the market is sitting, my mindset and my thought process behind this is we rejected the value area high. We formed a low, lower high, lower low, or technically low in this situation here, and we've reclaimed under the POC. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be looking for a move back down unless FOMC comes out and FOMC is super dovish and we see price action rally up, but then that's a whole different setup. But just based off of technicals and volumes, I would be looking for price to come back down into an area of previous value, which is going to be in this situation, this technical low, then potentially the VWAP, then potentially all the way down into the value area low. But again, even moving into tomorrow, if I see that, hey, you know what, this is an invalidation point for the shorts, we reclaim POC, we reclaim and break above this structure, I'm going to be looking for price to push up into this value area high. If we break and retest the value area high, then I'm going to be looking for price to then push up into this previous area of demand or this previous area of resistance all the way up here. And I'm using the order flow to my advantage to be able to look at these types of ranges and be able to dissect these types of ranges. So I wanted to give you guys a better idea of how you could use these daily fixed range volume profiles to really build context with inside of what price action is doing, where the participants are happy to do business, and how you can actually position yourself to actually create high probability thesis as to where the market should head based off of volume alone, and looking at more important levels and just technical key levels that we're all so used to actually setting and trading.